Can you believe that we are already past the middle of April? I mean, that is the craziest thing to me. Time is flying. I feel like I took my Christmas tree down yesterday. I guess it's true. The older you get, the faster time goes. But, it's a little scary when we think about how quickly time is moving, because we know that God has a plan and a purpose for our lives, and that it is good, and that we have a calling on our life. And do you ever wonder if you're fulfilling it? Are you focusing on it? I mean, are you doing what God created you to do? I really want you to have clarity around it. I want you to find your way there, because the best place to be is smack dab in the middle of God's will. So let's talk about it today. Join me. Hi, friend. Do you feel called to more but struggle to know what that really means? I'm Pam Pegram, leadership and personal growth coach, and this is the Confident Christian Influence podcast. Here you'll find tools to gain clarity, grow confidence, and step boldly into God's plan. We are even going to talk about managing your time, because, girl, that overwhelm is not meant for you. Grab your coffee and your notebook, or you might want to open your notes app. It's time to live with intention, lead with influence, and make a lasting impact. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, welcome. This is episode 233, and today we are going to talk about your calling, your community, and your cause. Okay. And so I cannot wait to dive into this. I think it's going to help clear some things up for you. And I'm super excited about that. But before we do, I want to invite you to hop over to pampegram.com/called-to-lead and check out this framework that is there for you. This framework is going to transform how you lead. It's going to take you from confusion to clarity, from hesitation to confidence, and from passive to intentional influence. It's so important that you get on the path to becoming who God created you to be, so that you can do what He is calling you to do. Go to pampegram.com/called-to-lead and check it out today. Okay, let's dive into this episode 233, Master What Matters, Your Calling, Your Community, and Your Cause. Okay, listen, you're probably a little scattered if you're human. Most of us have more on our plate than we should. We're doing more than we're supposed to be doing. And it's a lot, right? And so at the end of the day, you're probably tired and just wondering, God, am I doing what you want me to do? I mean, a lot of times there's a lot of confusion for most of us, just wondering and questioning, am I doing what God is calling me to do? And that is super frustrating, because let's face it, time is flying. I mean, y'all, it is already the middle of April. I mean, we just had Christmas. We just had ice. And now, we're about to step into May. What is happening? Time is going so quickly. And what do we do about it, right? We don't want to waste our life. And so you have to become intentional. You want to make an impact and you want your life to count, but it is so easy to be pulled in so many different directions. You have opportunities and responsibilities and expectations, and before you know it, your time and your energy is just zapped. So I want to give you just something super simple to think about today. Not complicated, but something you can come back to when you start to feel off or overwhelmed. 3 areas to focus your life around. Are you ready? The 3 areas are your calling, your community, and your cause. Now listen, before I dive into this, 100% you should have your life in the proper alignment. God first and foremost in your life. Jesus is the Lord of your life, right? Like you have surrendered everything to him and he is the Lord, not you, him. Okay. And then your spouse is next. Your children are next. So you want to have things in the proper alignment, right? But for you are focused on so many things. Like, remember how you'll say things like, wear so many hats. I'm the cook and the chauffeur, and I work at this place, and I do this, and I serve there, and I do that. And you feel like you wear all these hats. Well, I would just want you to minimize that and just focus on your calling, your community, and your cause. It's not about doing more. It's about becoming more intentional with where you're already showing up. Okay, so we're going to start with your calling. This is where everything begins. I mean, your calling is not just about what you do. It's about who you are becoming. Y'all, that changes everything. See, you're so overwhelmed. Am I supposed to be a singer or am I supposed to be in sales? God, please show me. Am I supposed to be a singer or am I supposed to be in sales? But see, what God cares about most is who you are becoming, regardless of whether you're singing or working in that sales position. And he's going to open the right doors at the right time if you get focused on becoming who it is he's calling you to become. It's about how he is shaping you. It's about your growth. It's about your obedience and your willingness to let God work in you. Because if we're honest, it's really easy to focus on everything around us and neglect what God is doing in us. Am I right? You know it is true, right? But your leadership will never outgrow your personal growth. Can I say that again? Your leadership, you're never going to become more than your personal growth. Your leadership will never outgrow your personal growth. Your personal growth is so important. You should be focused on personal growth. You should be focused on becoming who it is God created you to be. Like, what are you doing to grow personally? Like, yay, you're listening to this podcast. Woo, yay. That's a really good thing. And so taking the time to listen to a podcast, that's really helpful. Spending time in the Word, working with a coach, taking a course, getting involved any way that you can just focus on learning and growing and becoming more and more of who God is calling you to be and who God created you to be. It's so important. If you want to lead with confidence, if you want to have Christ-centered influence, it starts with your calling. It starts with clarity around who you are and who God is calling you to become. Okay, then there's your community. And I want you to think about community differently. I'm not talking about your community, the community you live in. I'm not talking about your county or your area of the world, right? I'm talking about the people that God has placed in your life, your family, your friends, your coworkers, the people you go to church with, the people you interact with on a regular basis, the people who are out and about that you see often, your acquaintances, the people you talk to on the phone, the people that you interact with, because this is where your influence actually happens. Not someday, not when you're on a stage, not when everything is perfect, right now. Okay? And the question is, are you being intentional in those relationships? Or are you just responding to whatever comes your way? Are you so busy, I got to go to the grocery store and just trying to get your groceries bought that you don't even see the people you pass? Like, you've got to be intentional. Do you see the people at work? Do you interact? Do you smile at them as you're walking past them? Are you a bright light? Do you have a positive attitude? Are you encouraging? Do people know that you love Jesus? Is it evident in how you live your life? Or would they be shocked if they found out that you love Jesus? Are you being intentional in the lives of the people around you? It's a really important question. I hope you'll take some time and really think about it, because there's a difference between being available and being intentional. One drains you, the other creates impact. You know, if you live a life of impact, you're going to leave a legacy that will live way beyond you. Okay, then the third thing I want to encourage you to focus on is a cause. What is a cause that is near and dear to your heart? What is it that God has given you? What burden do you have? Like, do you worry about children? Do you worry about people who are sick? You know, does it burden you when you start thinking about animals that aren't being taken care of? Are you burdened by the homeless? Like, what is it that just weighs heavy on you? And what can you do to support that cause? What is God asking you to do? Because He has created us to be caring and to serve and to be generous with our time and with our finances. And He says all throughout the Bible that we are to protect the vulnerable, to be there for the vulnerable, to help the vulnerable. And so it's important. Who is it that God has placed on your heart to serve and to help others find their way into serving this same group of people? So when you step back and when you look at your life, I want you to run it through this filter. Are you ready? I want you to say, is this aligned with my calling? Is this connected to the community that I'm supposed to be influencing? And is this part of the cause that I believe God has placed in front of me? And if it's not, you might need to reconsider, even if it's a good thing. Because I met with a pastor when I very first started feeling a calling on my life. It drove me crazy. I've told the story here before, but I could hear God whisper the word more to me. And I'm like, God, I can't do anymore. I have so much on my plate. Why are you saying that? Stop saying that to me. Like, I can't do anymore. But He wasn't asking me to do more. He was inviting me in to more with Him. And isn't that a beautiful thing, right? And so you don't need to do more. You just need to be more intentional about what matters. And so I want to ground this for just a minute. You cannot do everything. And so that's where I was going. I was going to tell you, I met with a pastor after I felt this calling on my life. And he said, be very clear, write down what you think God is calling you to, because 1,000 things are going to come your way. And it's so true. Like, all of the things, it might sound great and it might seem like, oh yeah, this lines up with what God would have me do. But if it's not, if you don't pray and get clarity around it, then it could be a distraction. And so just be super careful about it. So anytime you feel overwhelmed and scattered, just come back and focus on your calling, your community, and your calls. Asking yourself hard questions like, where am I focused? Where am I distracted? And what needs to shift? Can I just say it again? You're called to lead. If you're a believer, you are called to lead, not in a rushed, reactive, or overwhelmed kind of way, but with clarity, with confidence, and with intention. I mean, if people find themselves following you, you want them to find themselves running straight to Jesus. If you're ready to go deeper in this, if you want to really learn how to align your life with what God has called you to, that's exactly what I'll walk you through inside my Call to Lead framework, because it isn't just about managing your time. It's about stepping in to your purpose and making an intentional Christ-centered impact in the lives of the people around you. You are called to lead. Now it's time to live like it. Don't you want to lead in a way that people will say, because I knew her, my life was forever changed. She's the one who introduced me to Jesus. Oh, friend, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you were intentional and took just a second to jot down what you know was meant specifically for you today. Also, will you do me a favor and hop over to Apple Podcast and leave a written review? Do you know that by doing that, you help others find this podcast? And honestly, your words are such an encouragement to me. I can't wait to read your review and then to share it on a future episode. Now, let's go reheat our lukewarm coffee, and then let's commit to being intentional to make meaningful impact in the lives of others. Until next time, lead on, sis.